Hi, and welcome to Beyond Copy. At Beyond Copy, we believe in growth-driven consulting. Now, let me tell you, I want to keep this brief. I don't want to keep any longer than I have to, but I want to tell you right now, you're in the right place if you own a specialty retail store, if you have your own brand, you want to achieve growth, you're serious about making this happen, and you know that you need help. Okay, now you've done it. You went out, you created your own specialty store, your own personal brand. And now what do? I mean, nowadays I understand that it can be confusing, frustrating. You've gone out, you've laid the groundwork, you've done the work, and all of a sudden you look at your hopes, your dreams, your plans, and nothing seems to make any sense. Marketing is entirely different today than it was last year, let alone 5 years ago, let alone back in 1990 when I first started. I mean, back in 1990 when I was going, you just simply put an ad in the newspaper. If you want something major, you would buy a magazine ad. Those days are long gone, let me tell you. A little 30-second spot on the radio, that doesn't do you a darn bit of good anymore. Just the stories I can tell you from the way things have changed in the last 24 years is just amazing. But anyway, yeah, times have changed. The biggest challenge to a lot of people that are trying to brand themselves or brand their own store is in the marketing side. That's really one of my strongest points. One of my strongest avenues is in marketing. So I can definitely help you there. I can definitely help you with marketing, with training, with hiring, with inventory control. I mean, at Beyond Copy we do a lot more consulting than just on marketing. There's a lot more than just marketing advertising that I do know. In fact, I'm sure by now you have questions. And to go along with your questions, I have over 20 years of manager, supervisory, district manager, marketing manager experience to help you along the way. I've been a part-time employee at a retail store, and I've worked my way to store manager at the same retail store. And I've moved on to district manager, market manager. Finally, in my last two positions, I was actually the consultant manager, which is where I really discovered that I love growing businesses. I love being in the trenches, making things happen. So I've got plenty of experience, plenty of background to help guide your specialty store or your brand to where it needs to be. Because I understand running a business has challenges, and more challenges. I mean, you have marketing and advertising, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn, StumbledUpon, yada yada yada. Tweet this, post that, share this. Yeah, it's it's crazy nowadays compared to what it used to be. Inventory, how much of what do you need to keep on hand? Press releases, employees, and training, logistics, especially if you're trying to go national, international, and global. Logistics is a great big factor in how to get things out. But the most important part of running your business is that you want to maximize your profit. I think that's why you're in business, isn't it? I mean, I think the biggest point of any business is to make the biggest profit that you can make and stay in business. Now, do you have what it takes? Are you a natural successful business owner? Are you amazing at having are you amazing at fantastic customer service? Are you a fantastic trainer on customer service? That's one of the hardest things to do, is not only deliver yourself, but teach your employees how to be amazing. Do you have your inventory controls in place? Do you know how many widgets to keep in stock to go with how many Watsits so you can make Kuzits? Not to sound like Dr. Seuss on you there, but you have to have the right amount of every little thing on hand so you can create your final product and get it out the door and where it's got to go. Do you know how to handle customer-focused marketing and advertising? Instead of just putting out a radio spot, a TV spot, a newspaper spot, do you know how to actually get your message in front of the right targeted customer? That's critical in saving you a lot of money and getting the right message to the right people. Do you have efficient, lean store operations, or do you have people on your sales floor just standing around and you actually have to go by and dust them off? No, that should never happen. I can train you and teach you how to have very lean operations, and you have people there when they need to be there. These are merchandising and displays. Are they strategically placed? Are they creating buzz? Do they get the credit they deserve? That's important. Do you know how to look at your financials from last month and make plans for 3 months down the road, 4 months down the road, the same period in 12 months? Do you have a growth strategy in place? Do you know what your intentions are? If you have a single retail store, do you want to expand that into 3, 4, 5, 20, 30 retail stores? Do you want to franchise? Do you want to grow it yourself? Do you want to keep a single location and go with internet sales? What do you want to do? There's so many different options available nowadays that you need to have your growth strategy in place early on and don't miss it. Now, I can tell you, with the right plan, massive growth is much more than just a possibility. It is a given. I mean, you ever hear of a little company called Amazon.com? Well, that was started in a garage. I mean, really? Started Amazon.com in a garage with the knowledge of how powerful the internet was. Took a little idea, created it into a multi-billion-dollar company. Another little company you've heard of that started, I believe back in 1996 or 98. Regardless, Under Armour. A former athlete figured there was a better way, a better type of material to create athletic gear out of. Lo and behold, he discovered microfiber, and Under Armour was created. He started in the trunk of his car. He went $40,000 in debt, maxed out all of his credit cards, worked out the back of his car, and now Under Armour, if not the, at least one of the most successful athletic apparel and athletic shoe makers in the world. I mean, think about that. And that didn't take all that long for that to happen. Now, planning and execution rule the day. Having a strategic plan and executing it correctly will give you a solid base, create stable growth, both customer-wise and financially. And if you do this intelligently, it will allow you to grow into viral growth. I mean, nowadays with media, social media, all the free advertising resources that are out there, going from one customer to two customers to 4 to 8 to 16 to 32 to 64 to 128 to 256, etc., is not that difficult. But the key is knowing how to do it. When you do this correctly, you can develop a cult following. And you can basically create your own Apple. You can have people standing in line, raising their hand, saying, "Let me in," every time that you say you have a new special, a new product, something new to offer the people. you can have it set to where they are there knocking on your door wanting a piece of it. And if you really do all of this right, you will literally own your niche. I don't care if you're crocheting scarves, making hats, making dresses, making men's shoes, making sparkly ties that shoot lasers, I don't know. But whatever your niche, if you follow my advice and my plans correctly, you will literally own your niche. Think about the power of that. But how serious are you? At Beyond Copy, I only work with people that are serious about creating growth. I don't want tire kickers. I don't want people that just don't care. I want people that understand the importance of great consulting. A lot like me. I love going to the gym. 20 years ago, I was in fantastic shape. Went back last year, realized not in such fantastic shape. What I tried to do 20 years ago didn't work anymore. I discovered that now that I'm in my 40s, I can't lose the fat and the pounds like I used to. There are different things that I need to do. So what did I do? I hired a coach. Scary thought. I hired a coach, a consultant hiring a coach. But you know what? Since I've hired this coach, I've seen an amazing transformation in my body. Just like with a great consultant, you can quickly see a huge result in your business. But I don't want to just give somebody advice. I want the person to be willing to take and implement the advice. Use the advice. I mean, we're going to talk twice a week. Some weeks, maybe once a week, other weeks, who knows, depends what you need. We will talk, we will discuss what you need. If you want to create an ad, you can send me the ideas and I can work on it from there. But whatever, but when you get the final product back from me, you need to be willing to actually implement what I tell you to implement, how and when. And I'm looking for people that want to take advantage of today's technology. It is so much easier to reach a global audience today than it was 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Reaching a global audience is nothing nowadays, but you have to be willing to take advantage of it. And I want you to be willing to do whatever is necessary. Now, when I say that, keep this clear. Everything is white hat. Everything is legal, legitimate. I'm not talking about any of that stupid squirrely stuff. But at the same time, I want you to be willing to put the investment in to get the result. And I also only want to work with people that want serious growth. I mean, if right now your business does a revenue of $125,000 and your goal for 2014 is to do $185,000, that's not much. No. I want to work with people that last year did 100,000, 250,000, $500,000, 1.5 million. And I want to double that within the next 12 to 18 months. I want people that are serious about taking the business and driving it to the next level, and getting it done. And I'm very, very selective on who I work with. Now, I'm not cheap. Straight up, I'm not cheap. But I have a track record of creating success. That's what I do. Now, if you are serious about your business, I can tell you right now that Beyond Copy is the best investment that you can make. Period. You will not be able to find a better investment for your business. Remember, investment is based on your return on investment, your ROI. If you're not getting a return on your investment, then it is an expense. You want to minimize your expenses when you're in business. You do want to maximize your investments. And Beyond Coffee is the very best investment that you can make. Hey, that's me. Hi, my name's Jeremy Davis. Not a whole lot to say that I've not already said in this little presentation, but like I said, if you're serious about working with somebody that's been there, knows how to create a business, grow a business, run a business, work with employees, train employees, and create massive growth for your business, hey, that's who you want. They get right there. Now, the only key now is that you choose to get started. Go to the next line.